Today, I'm here to talk about confrontation. Confrontation. You know, usually people are either too quick to be into an altercation or a confrontation, or too slow. I was too slow. As a kid, as a younger person, I was like, my mom really raised me up to be peaceful, you know? Even if somebody was fucking with me, if if I caused anybody harm physically, she definitely made it known, like, I'ma be in trouble, even if I'm defending myself. I don't know what that shit, I don't know why I'm not gonna be like that with my kids, but you know what? I think naturally a mother, especially for a mother of a black boy in America, I think she was worried because she probably did the math in her head and said, you know what? If I teach him to be that way, that other way, and he take it too far, they gonna kill him. I think that might be in her mind, or what, I don't know. But I definitely have like my one of my uncles was murdered because he was just whooping niggas. He was just whooping people, beating ass, as they say in this day, belt to ass, with no switches, no switching on, none of that young whatever y'all be talking about and shit, hands, and they killed them. I don't think. I think when we get to violence, that's usually a representation of a lack of intelligence between that person or the other. Whoever, somebody in here is lacking intelligence. If we have to resort to violence, you know what I'm saying? If we can't talk it out amongst in words, but respect is tricky. You know, like you can't really walk around demanding respect from everybody you come in contact with. Some of these people you'll never see again. Some of these battles are not even worth fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, peace? What's going on, y'all? Peace. Respect is not something that you could just demand from the whole world and think that you're just gonna have if you got a purpose or you got somewhere to be or you got some kids, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you respect me. I don't give a fuck if you respect me. I don't give a fuck if you respect. Why do I need this one person to, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if I'm in a space and I'm in that space and I'm choosing to be there, somebody being disrespectful to me is getting confronted, you know? But man, I feel like as a kid, I didn't have that mentality. As a kid, I just wanted to run away from the situation, you know? I was afraid because, truthfully, I believe I would tell myself I was afraid of the other person, but I don't know who I was afraid of more, the other person or myself. I never felt like I had exercised the control in a hostile situation to know when to stop, you know? And then I was also afraid of fucking getting my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? I was afraid of getting my ass beat. I'm getting real good at ignoring these comments. Some of y'all just be saying shit, but anyway. I've been in fights. I won some. I lost a lot. I think I lost more than I won. I lost more than I won. But it's a real skill that has to be developed when it comes to regulating your emotions when you're in a high intense situation like that. You know? It's hard to fucking think. It's hard to think when you're angry as shit, when you're very upset, when you got adrenaline being, you know what I'm saying, sent to every part of your body, because you like, damn, I might have to sit. Who are you, these niggas? I don't even know. But respect is something that you gotta just, like, first you respect yourself. Respect yourself first before anything, right? And then based off of the level that you respect yourself on, that's how you can gauge, like, how you're gonna accept the type of treatment that you're gonna accept. So if I don't use certain language or direct certain energy at other people, then I don't expect that to be directed to me. You know what I'm saying? Unless we've established that we're that level of comfortable with each other. You know. But I used to be so scared. Sometimes I still be scared. Sometimes I still be scared because sometimes I'll be outside a lot. I live in Chicago, and I'm all over the city. I'm all over the city, and sometimes I'll be scared because I'm like, man, I might lose my life right here. You never, but it's like right there. I'm thinking about dying. How do you want to live your life? Are you gonna take shit? You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, or you just going? Because the thing about it is this: life is a test. Once you allow that first person to disrespect you, it's not about being tough. But once you allow, it's about boundaries. Once you allow that one person to do that one time, oh man, it's coming every time after that. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse until you stand up and you say, man, win, lose, or draw, we gotta throw them bitches. You gotta see me, like, I don't care if nothing, everything around us going on right now means nothing. Like, you gotta see me. Till that happens, and that might not even stop it, but at least you could say, hey, like, I'm living my life like this. I'm not accepting disrespect. It gets to the point where you don't even want to be around a motherfucker while they're being disrespected, And I mean, maybe you might be lucky to have somebody to stand up for you, but that's not gonna be enough. That don't do it. You gotta be the one to stand up for yourself. You gotta be the one to stand up for yourself. I used to be scared of getting whoopings. I used to be scared of getting kicked out of school. I used to just be scared, bro, of getting in trouble and getting beat. And I used to be scared of getting, like, hit or hurt. But I think I feel like more than all that shit, the more important than any sort of, like, fear I could conjure up of anyone else or any situation is the fear of myself. I think once you really understand your shit, like, once you really understand yourself and you understand all your flaws and your strengths, and you really get on that journey and you start and you just accept, this is who I am. This is my weaknesses. These are my strengths. I think that once you do that, you can really get comfortable with demanding respect. You know what I'm saying? Because you accepted yourself. And you accept, like, okay, regardless of however fucked up I am, I'm not gonna deal with this. This is what we not gonna do. Even when I fail myself, when I'm tired of my own self, I don't even want to hear my own self talk. It's another nigga inside of me that's like, all right, I don't give no fuck. We still going. Even when I fail myself, Even when I set a goal for myself or an expectation and I don't reach it, or I say some shit and I don't match that shit, even then, there's something inside of me that's like, regardless of that, I'm definitely not gonna let nobody spit in my face, or I'm definitely not gonna stand for this. And everybody got their own thing that they just don't tolerate. But the only reason that shit happens is because you tolerate it. That's the only reason that shit happened. That's the only reason shit, when you got somebody around you that's gonna talk about you behind your back and whisper in somebody else's ear and You know what I'm saying? Make whatever behind your back. When you step out in front of you, like, what you say? Not even, it don't got to be tough or nothing. What did you say? I think are you talking about me when you when you shed light on that situation and you expose it for what it is? That's all they gonna do is talk about you in the shadows. That's all they gonna do. That's all they gonna do. That's all they gonna do. Win, lose, or draw, man. When you in a certain situation, and it's like, I'm still working on this, but I'm still bringing myself to demand a certain level of respect from my peers and people that I come into contact with. I'm still, because at one point I was just, you know, I was just Josh, you know, little Josh, whatever. I was the class clown, or I was this. People knew me as somebody else, so they treated me like that. You know what I'm saying? But as I've grown older, more mature and wiser, I have to bring myself to a level where I'm like, okay, I refuse to accept this. And what you're gonna realize is this: other people have different points of boundaries than you. What you may be able to stand for, somebody else might be like, I can't even be around that shit. What you can't even be around, somebody might be able to just be like, hey, don't bother me, you know? It's not no big deal to me. But I think that no matter where y'all go, no matter where the fuck y'all go, demand respect. And if somebody don't give it to you, walk away. If they ain't putting their hands on you, that's what I say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing I don't want to do is sink down to somebody else's level and then get into a petty back and forth. I'm not even going to stoop so low to speak that language that they speaking. Just remove yourself. But if you can't remove yourself, you got to make yourself heard and felt. And I don't think that don't always mean resort to violence. That don't always mean resort to violence. You know what I'm saying? You carry power, you know, prior to that. It's hard, it's tough, man. It's tough because you don't want your son to fucking be fighting everybody his whole life, or short temper, short anger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to learn how to stay calm. You have to learn how to focus when you're angry. That's the level I want to get at. I want to get to the level where I'm pissed, but I'm highly focused. I am extremely focused, and I'm channeling all that energy just to focus and stay calm, because I know that if I don't, I'll let my emotions get away from me. I'll lose control, and then I'll lose power. You know what I'm saying? Burn out, crash out, spin out type shit. Like, I don't really like hold it against my mom, you know, being like a pacifist, you know? I think sometimes it be some of the people that seen the most violence that become pacifists. You know? Sometimes it be people that done seen like the never ending cycle of violence that, you know, end up just saying, you know what? I'm not even going to fucking defend myself. I'm gonna fucking lay down before I pass on this. Like, some people feel like violence is a curse or some shit, you know? And I understand that, because shit, it's been wars going on since the beginning of time, you know, as far as we know. But I don't think violence is a bad thing, because I don't think pain is a bad thing. I believe that people need to grapple with pain and violence in order to understand certain parts of life in themselves. You have to really feel pain in order to develop the type of compassion that you need when it comes to considering what type of pain you might be passing on to the next person. You got to be able to feel that shit. If you don't never feel pain, then what is consideration? You know what I'm saying? Who do you know? You know what? I always wanted to speak Portuguese. I actually started learning a little bit because I planned on traveling to Portugal. So yes, that's funny. You guys know something. But I don't think fighting is a bad thing. Like if I had two sons, I would literally like be on some like, all right, like y'all fight. Like fight. If you wanna fight, then I'm gonna watch y'all and y'all fight and they gonna fight and they gonna cry and they gonna be angry and then I'm gonna be like, okay, now what? Now every time y'all have a disagreement, we not doing that. We not doing every time y'all got a disagreement, y'all gotta fight. But if you ever get to that point where y'all do want to do that, I will supervise while y'all throw them bitches. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that what I think that where we end up losing control in those situations is where we don't we it's a lack of integration between the consciousness and the physical. Like your mind, your intellect, your intelligence is not being transferred to your physical body anymore. That's when people say they start seeing red and they start seeing, whatever. They can't focus. They can't even they tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? It's just kill, kill, kill. Like that's when your intelligence and your consciousness is no longer even touching you. It's somewhere else. And now your body is taking over. And that's why motherfuckers, make one decision and you be locked up forever. Don't take nothing personal. Even when somebody disrespect you, it ain't even about you, man. It's about wherever they're lacking power. There used to be this kid in my school. His name was Ryan Haynes, right? When I was a kid, I used to get whoopings, like real bad, real crazy shit, by my standards. And I remember I got into a fight in school, and this dude, his name was Jermaine. He used to chew on crowns and shit, like real out chew on crowns. Like we used to make fun of him, and you know what I'm saying. We thought he was crazy on some straitjacket shit. He probably might actually be. I don't even want to speak that, but he seemed like he was going in that direction. Like I don't know. He just bought into what kids were saying about him, or if he really had issues. I'm sure he did, but. And man, he fucking yoked me up by my collar one day because I was playing with him too much. I was, always clowning and shit. And then he pushed me, and like my mom, I had these shoes, but they was too big. They was too big for me and shit. They was way too big. I came up right out of them motherfuckers. And I just remember my shoes was still there. I was out of my shoes. It's like he picked me up and pushed me, And then I remember like that same year, maybe not even 2 weeks or a month later, for no reason, well, not for no reason, but unprovoked, I just yanked up this smaller kid in the bathroom and I pushed him up against the stall and I don't even think I hit him or nothing. I just remember I just bitched him. I just was like, bitch. Like but it wasn't about him. He didn't do nothing wrong to me. Maybe he upset me a little bit or something, but he didn't do nothing wrong to me. I was only giving out what I thought I could get away with giving out. He was smaller than me, and I was angry, and my it was just misdirected anger. You know what I'm saying? My anger is really at my parents. You know what I'm saying, and really at fucking Jermaine, yuck mouth, crown eating ass nigga, real out crack baby shit. But it was funny. I remember like Jermaine after he had bitched me or hold me or whatever, or just like yanked me up, whatever, pushed me or whatever in front of the whole cafeteria. It was a whole big scene. Teachers had to get after that shit. I remember everybody thought he was crazy, so everybody was like, "Don't fuck with him. That nigga crazy." And I guess he was feeling himself at this time. And I used to have another homie. His name was Jonathan Holmes. Kind of a little like chubby at the time. They end up filling out a little, becoming a little stocky in high school. But we was in grammar school, so he was a little chubby, stubby and shit. He was chilling, never bothered nobody for real. But Jermaine was, like I said, he's feeling himself. So he must have did something, you know what I'm saying, and handed out some disrespect to Jermaine. I mean, Jonathan. Man, this boy, Jonathan Holmes, wiped the floor with this nigga Jermaine. Like, I'm talking about, we're in grammar school. We're like in 5th grade. We're literally in 5th grade. Like, we're in fucking 5th grade, gang. Like, but he was beating his ass like how I was getting my ass beat at home by an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about this nigga was dragging him through the whole classroom. Like, dragging him through the classroom, dragging him through tables, throwing him over tables, hitting him. Whooped his ass, right? Whooped his ass real bad. Now, when I'm thinking about all this now, I'm like, damn, I understand. People really oftentimes are predictable. Like, people usually take what they can get. You know? Usually people fuck with people that they believe that they can whoop. That's usually how it goes. Usually people fuck with people that they like have confidence that they can defeat in hand-to-hand combat. Usually those are the people that, they choose to bully and pick on. I was just at the park up here hooping and shit. They calling fouls and shit. I don't even play like that. I don't even play. I'm not a gym rat. I'm a street ball person. But it was a white boy on the court, and we in Bronzeville right now. We on the low end, south side of Chicago. So he the only white boy out there, right? And I'm looking and like, they calling these little bitch ass fouls and shit. But one of the boys like told him, like, he said some shit to him, like, do that shit again, I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you. That's what he said to him, right? Something like that. I was like, what? I said, what the fuck? I said, well, like, I wanted to jump in the game, grab the ball, and stop everything. I wanted to jump and stop everything. Because I'm just like, hold up. You say you're just going to do what? We got to stop. And y'all just got to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to stop and y'all got to fight right now. Y'all got to fight right now. Or at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least we need to stop and we need to address what was just said. Are you going to double down on that? I don't want you to. Like, just, show. I'm not saying, I never said nothing like that to you, but you're talking to me in a way that you think you can talk to me. That I was mad for the white boy. I'm mad for the white boy. Like, yo, I told him, I was like, hey, don't let him talk to you like that, gang. Don't let him fucking talk to you like that. Like, don't even, you continuing to play in the game while after that just was said is just like, almost like you co-signing or you just not, that shit ain't move you or, no, like, motherfuckers be they be doing shit they think they can get away with. I don't give a fuck if you smaller. I don't give a fuck if they bigger. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Would you take that type of treatment from everybody else in the world? Imagine everybody in the world treat you like this. On average. Shit. Imagine 50% of the people that you come in contact with treat you like that. Would you stand for that? Nah. You probably become a different type of nigga. You gonna become a different nigga. I'm finna come over there. I'm outside walking and shit. I just wanted to hop on a live and shit journey. We finna do rehearsal. We got a show coming up on the 18th and shit. But that shit, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't like that, because that's like, but you know what that's like? That's like when as men, we settle for whatever girl gives us attention. Or as women, when, y'all settle for whatever nigga, lay up next to you and, speak nice shit to you. Like, you take what you can get, We're not in this game of life to play on easy mode. Because if we were, then we would only fight the people that were smaller, and we would only fuck the girls that were desperate. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we wanted to play life on easy mode, we would only target easy targets. We would only go after easy shit. You know what I'm saying? Respect is not something that, like, you will die expecting to get respect from anybody. You will die unsatisfied, demanding respect from everybody that you cross paths with. That is stupid. That is stupid. If I get in an argument with everybody on this one block about my respect, and I don't even live on that block, like, it's one thing if you live there, you gotta see them every day. But if I'm passing through a certain place, or, you know what I'm saying, people was acting like I'm not that nigga, acting like I'm not a god, treat me, if I'm just passing through, I'm not stopping to talk to all of them and reaffirm myself within the, perception of their minds. I don't get no fuck. I don't get no fuck. Believe in me or don't believe in me. But when that shit is directed to you, you owe it to yourself to call it out in that moment. And it doesn't have to be, you don't even have to do it in a confrontational way. You need to just address it. You just need to address it. That is the first step. That is the first step. Man, as a kid, bro, I'm telling you, I was not confrontational. I did not want to fight motherfuckers. I didn't want to fight. I don't want to fight now. I'm much more inclined to now than I was then, but I never wanted to hurt people physically or even mentally or emotionally. I never wanted to cause nobody harm. Never. But what you end up learning is motherfuckers will use that shit against you. Motherfuckers will use that shit against you. Motherfuckers will definitely use your good nature against you. Oh, like, he don't even want to do that. There's no right and there's no wrong. Every situation calls for a different response. And if you can, get out of a situation without beating somebody's ass, or without even making somebody feel like a bitch, or if you can get out of that, if you can get out of a certain situation, making somebody else smarter and protecting your peace, get good at that. Get skilled at that. Get skilled at not offending people. You know what I'm saying? Get, like, on purpose. You know how not to offend people. Just get good at addressing issues that you have with people in a non-confrontational manner, in a neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the first step. When you want to talk to the girl and you say, "Damn, she bad. She over there. She right there. Go talk to her." Just say hi. Does that sound dumb? Just say hi. Hey, look, hear me out. Just say hi. You don't have to come in saucy. You don't gotta come in saucy. Just say hi. Somebody disrespect you, just say, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that." Did I do something that made you feel like we had this type of connection to where you could, really stay in the mind, stay in the curious, be curious, get answers and address that shit. But man, when you let that shit slide, oh shit, I done let so much shit slide. Because I was afraid, because I wanted to keep my peace, because I didn't want to overreact. We got to learn how to harness our energy, hone in on our power. Your anger is a tool. Your aggression is a tool. Your stamina and your energy is a tool. You can be you can be scared of it if you want, but to the point where you don't use it. Like, it's literally people out there that will be pissed and will pretend that they're not pissed at all. They'll put on a fake face for everybody else, act like everything okay. That is doing yourself a discredit. That is doing an injustice to yourself. Those are your feelings. That's inside of you. You in turn, like you gotta, you know. So this joint, this little 30-minute dig, this shit about self-respect and addressing the issues that you have with others. Self-respect. 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 Even if you could be wrong, they might not even say what you thought they said, but even if you think somebody just said something disrespectful about you, to you, whatever, even if you think, you need to clarify that shit. You need to clarify that shit right now. We cannot keep moving. Yo, who's that? Oh, I thought you was somebody else. Man, we gotta clarify that shit. What up? How you doing? What's up? Even if you think somebody talking like that about you, say something. That shit only gonna make you, that shit gonna make you like that. Because when you try to act like you didn't see it or you didn't hear it or you try to pretend like it's not there, inside, there's a nigga inside of you that's telling you, nigga, I don't respect you. If you don't address disrespect when it's directed at you, there is a person inside of you that is losing respect for you in that very moment. When you don't stand on what you say, it's a nigga inside of you that is like, nigga, fuck is you talking about now, man? We don't fucking listen. You don't run shit around here. It's another person in you that is losing respect for you. The worst thing that could ever happen is you lose respect for yourself. Fuck everybody else respect. You know what I'm saying? Some of us not even speaking the same language. Somebody else respect may not even be your respect. Fuck everybody else respect. Don't do shit that's gonna result in you losing respect for yourself. It's not about being the toughest, the biggest, the baddest, the coldest, the meanest, the hardest. It's not about that. It's not, I swear to God. Not for me, it's not. But it's really about authenticity and being real as you possibly fucking can with yourself. Don't pretend that you didn't see it. Don't pretend that it wasn't said. Don't pretend that you didn't notice. Don't pretend like it's not there. Don't pretend as if that shit is gonna go away. When somebody show you who they are, when you see something, see that shit. Don't look away. And the more you address the things that make you angry, that make you hate, that make you want to kill, that make you cold, that make your blood run hot, the more you address all of that shit, the calmer you could be in the moment when it's happening. The more you can use your mind and think, the less likely somebody get hurt. Yeah. That's what that shit is, man. That's good. Life is beautiful, It's Don Ali. No matter who watching, no matter who listening, nobody ever really died. Get money and stay positive. Every time.